fellow Spyder employees. My name is Jarrell, and I am a strength and conditioning coach, and I'm privileged to help you out today and in the foreseeable future with some health and fitness during your lunch hour. What we're going to do is we're going to start nice and slow with just some basic body management exercises. And fortunately, you don't really have much equipment yet, so we're going to start off very simply and make sure that you're moving your body the way you should, just to promote just a good awareness of your movements, and in order to reduce injury and just get a little bit more, bit more strength, a bit more fit. So if there's ever any questions, feel free, you can reach out. I'll give you my contact info at the end. You can always clarify or ask any questions. I'd love to help you out further. And once again, we're going to start very simple and just progress from there. You have a couple pieces of equipment there, and we'll utilize those today. But once again, just make sure you're working within your capabilities and pushing it a little bit as a challenge, but ensuring that you're safe during the whole thing as well. So that being said, we're going to start. I want you to spend about 2 minutes, and I want you to get a nice brisk walk around the lower area in Spyder in the warehouse there, about 2 minutes, so you can pause this video and then come back and start it again. Okay, so now you've done that walk, a little bit of warm up. What we're going to do now is do 2 rounds of 15 jumping jacks. Okay, then we're going to do a quadruped hold, and then we're going to do some Y raises. So I'll show you those, and you can watch this, and then feel free, you can pause it, and then you can perform those 2 sets. So I'll show you those, and you can take a look. Okay, so first thing first are the jumping jacks. Okay, we're just going to go up and back. Now you notice as I'm doing that, I'm not going too wide. I'm just going wide enough to get a good stance, but my knees aren't buckling. I'm keeping my knees out. So watch one more time. Okay, so that's the jumping jack. The second movement is a quadruped hold, and I'll show you this in the side position, okay? So we go down to all 4 point. I'm just going to lift my knees up and hold this position. Notice how my shoulders are right over my wrists and my hips are over my knees. And we're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. The third movement are the bent over Ys. So I'll show you this from the side first and then go to the front. Okay? So I'm just going to lean over. I'm going to have my thumbs up and just raise them up to a thumbs up position overhead. And then from the front, okay, so go ahead, you can pause the video, and we're doing 15 jumping jacks, 20-second quadruped hold, and 10 Y raises, and you do that 2 times. Okay, so now that you've done the warm-up and what I call kind of a primer, we're going to go into the working sets, and I'm going to go through the movements, and we're going to do these together. So I'm going to demonstrate the movement, and then we'll do a set together. And I'll do that for each of the 3 movements. And then after that, you can pause it and then perform these working sets. So first movement is a basic push-up. So I'm going to demonstrate to push-up from the ground, okay, from the side and the front. Okay, and when you notice is that I'm totally straight, my shoulders are right over my wrists, and my bum isn't going into a tent position. I want to make sure I'm nice and straight from the head to the toe. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a set together. Now, if you can't go from the ground, that's fine. We have 2 options. The first option, which I prefer, is going from a bench or some sort of counter, some elevated surface, okay? See me from there, just to make it easier, and this way we can still stay tight throughout the entire midline, okay? Okay? If you can't do that, then we can go from the knees, which I don't prefer, but it still does the trick, okay? So I'm going from the knees now. Still straight body position. Okay? Now you notice that I'm going all the way down to my chest and then all the way up. Okay? We really want to limit stopping here. I want to go all the way down and all the way up. So what you do is you modify the angle, okay, to make it the difficulty easier or more difficult, okay? So that's the push-up. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video and try a set on your own. Okay, so now you've done the push-up. Now we're going to move on to the squat. Now the squat is the most important movement in the gym, in my opinion. So feel free to, or rather, it's going to take some time to develop some more of that depth, but it's going to take some practice and some stretching. We'll do that. We'll talk about that later. For now, we're just going to get introduced to the movement. So let me demonstrate a squat for you. Okay, so basically think about as if you're sitting down at the kitchen table. A big component of the squat is that when I'm from this profile position, I'm initiating the squat by sitting back. I don't want to start the squat by just going knees. I want you to sit your bum back and then continue the squat down to the lowest position possible, okay? So once again, I'm going to sit my bum back and then let my knees bend naturally, okay? And then come back up. Once again, sit the bum back, then my knees bend naturally, then come up, okay? From the front, take a look at this. Same thing, sit back, but now watch my knees where they go. And you tell me, do they go in or do they go out? They go out, right? Okay, so I don't want you to squat like this. You need to push those knees out as you squat, which might feel foreign, but just trust what we're trying to achieve here. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to go ahead and perform a set on your own. Okay, so you've done the push-up and the squat. Now the third thing, and the last thing is going to be the banded pull, or the banded rows. Okay? So we got your band there, I believe. And thank you, Gordon, for getting that organized. What I like to do with these bands is you wrap it around a pillar or something that's solid, okay? And we're just going to do a dual arm band row, okay? So I'll show you this. I'm just going to wrap this around a pillar here, okay? I grab the band or the bungee as so, and I'm just going to row and, and pull to my abdomen. Now notice how I'm totally straight. My shoulders are back, okay? You do not want to start in this position. You want to be your shoulder blades back as if you're pinching a penny between your shoulder blades, and then you're going to pull, and then you're going to go right back to a straight arm position and pull. Okay? So from the front, if I were to just demonstrate, just pretend I have a band, I'm just going to be here and pull, and you notice that everything's symmetrical. I'm not shrugging, I'm keeping my shoulders down and back, and I'm just rowing that band to the midline, okay, or through the abdomen. Okay, so go ahead and try a set, and then once you're done, we'll talk about these working sets. Okay, so you've had a chance to do the warm-up and the primer, and now we're going to do, we practiced our push-up, our squat, and our row. Now we're going to do working sets of those three movements. So this is how, if you want to write this down, feel free. You're going to do about 4 to 5 sets of these three movements, okay? So once again, the push-up, the squat, and the row. So So you do 4 to 5 sets of those 3 movements, and you're going to do about 8 to 10 repetitions of each movement. Okay, so once again, you're going to do first a set of your push-ups, 8 to 10 repetitions. Then you're going to do a set of squats, and then you're going to do a set of banded row, and then you're going to rest a little bit, and then you're going to repeat for about 4 to 5 sets. Okay? Now, and if there's any questions, you can always pause it, rewind the tape to the demonstration. I'm going to quickly run through that first set with you, so we're going to do the first set together, and then you can resume or continue and do the last 3 to 4 sets after that. Okay, so once again, the first working set of your push-up. I'm going to go from an incline. Okay, so we're going to start. So go ahead and get set. Make sure you're totally straight from head to toe. And your shoulders are going to be over your wrists. And then we're going to go down all the way to the chest. Push up all the way to straight arm. Go ahead and go 8 to 10 repetitions. Keep going. Make sure you're not tenting the body at all, and you're going all the way down and all the way up. Okay, so just take about 30 seconds to a minute rest. Just catch the breath a little bit. And hopefully it was challenging enough. And then the beauty of this is that the subsequent sets, you can change the angle based on how difficult it is. Okay, so if it's too easy, you can make it more difficult. If it's too difficult, you can make it more easy, right? We still want to make it challenging, but at the same time, you want to learn, you're going to learn these movements, and you don't want to be broken down so you can't move the next day, right? Okay, so the second movement is the squat. So let's go ahead and set up for the squat. Set your feet about kind of shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. Toes can be out. And then I'm going to turn to the side here. Okay. And let's go ahead and do 8 to 10 repetitions, okay? So push hips back, let knees bend, and then come up to the full tall position, and we're going to repeat. Push the knees and the hips back. Okay. And you notice I'm trying to go pretty deep. But if you can only go to about here, that's okay. I just want you to still push the hips back and then let the knees bend naturally. So go ahead, keep finishing your 8 to 10 repetitions. And then once you're done, rest for about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, the last movement is the band row. So once again, go ahead and set that band, sit nice and tall, get a tension that's challenging for the moment, and then we're going to row 8 to 10 repetitions. Okay, just nice and controlled, okay? Make sure you're not rounding, you're sitting nice and tall, and squeezing those shoulder blades, and finish up those repetitions. Okay, awesome, good job. So we got that first working set done. I want you, all of you guys and gals, to do 3 to 4 more working sets of the same sequence. Once again, making it more challenging if it's too easy, and vice versa if it's too difficult. And then when you're done, go ahead, you can pause this, and then when you're done, I want you to go ahead and walk around for about 3 to 4 minutes just to get that heart rate down a little bit. And that's it for the first day. So once again, thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to helping you out in the future, and we'll talk soon.